Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. Tonight, and I am a hypnotherapist, dream sculptor, timeline coach, and a published author. And my website is amazon.com/author/Robert A. Wilson. Tonight I want to talk about something I've really expanded into in the last week. It's the Panache of Detach. You know, everybody says let go, let detach, and do all this other stuff, but something I've really expanded of. I can never detach until I pull the tentacles of torment from the situation. And I embedded everything in my life through my beliefs, opinions, viewpoints, and how I taught myself to interact in childhood till today. And something I've expanded of, when I am going through my day-to-day, I see a lot of mannerisms that I have today that I had when I was a child. And it's really about going in and seeing where I'm reflecting today into my childhood, or my childhood is reflecting to me today. Really is about opening up to understand whatever was ingrained in us, embedded, is with us today. But I've really come to understand beliefs, opinions, viewpoints, the way I lived, societal conditions, all that has an impact within me here. And this is where I will let go, is in the body. It's in the gut area, all through me. Anyway, for me, that's where I feel it. But I really come to understand I allow my viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs. And something I want to say about belief, believe, and believer in the middle is lie, L-I-E. So when I expanded out of that, I expand of trust. And when you say the word belief, you feel it here. When you say the word trust, you feel it down here. And trust is a heart word. When you can trust yourself, the world will follow you, and all your stuff will come to you. But how do your beliefs and everything in faith been fissured? But how do you have your beliefs in everything? And I'm really opening up to this, and I got a long ways to go on this. It's about participating without my thinking, beliefs, opinions, viewpoints, and being open to hearing what's in front of me. And I have something here I wrote, and I want to read it to you. The Panache of Detach. I now harvest my inner hurts by shucking the muck that ungunked my funk to promptly realize and respect. I penetrate the crust of cantankerous crap, reaping the fruits of my frontiersman foresight, ignites new bright sensations of expansionism inside me. As I now understand, admire, and respect, detach it, I unfasten the crabby crafts, unlinking my pity me thinking, unknotted my tumultuous thoughts and blemished memories within me, unleashing detached Panache, open the latch of my cells of hell, that imprisoning my hurt feelings, wounded emotions, and all my hidden innermost pain. To understand, detach is walking through the thorns of scorn with a thatching tenacity. To eradicate the indignant rants and hissy-prissy antagonists, internal tormentor and tyrant that held me hostage internally, because I now realize I looked at my life through nullifying narcissism eyes, and now I look at my narcissism in the eye with a valiant candor the narcissism quickly quivers and expires along with its dire ire. Instantly I light a fire of fervent, inspirational, revolutionary electricity that erases my scars of self-criticism, sanctions me To unlatch the gate of innate potentate prowess, to thatch my patches of ragweed of need, my creeping Jenny memories, and all my internal antagonists, to promptly realize I affectionately query my gloomy emotions, distress feelings, and my body's hidden fury. I free unfathomable resolve, yesing the resilient blessing of me, honoring me, myself, and I, because I uncovered and discovered my innermost gold mine, divine, dancing, daring dreamers, illuminated immaculate innocence, vibrantly visionary, imaginative, intuitive innovations, nuancing natural nirvana epiphanies, enterprising everyday heydays of my geyser wise wizardry as I feel my glorious gusto glow from me within me, setting me and all people free to treasure life's simple pleasures now and forevermore. And as we open up to this, it's the revolutionary rhymer within me, because when you make rhymes, it allows the subconscious, unconscious, and the conscious mind all feel at ease. And as you do this, how does your life mirror your parents? Even though you say it doesn't, but being honest, I did. I reacted the way my parents did, my circle of influence did, and I really opened up to that today. So, well, actually, I wrote it today. It's called the Detach of Panache. But you got to have the courage to walk into the situation. Basically, it's go back into the child that was you, and listen and unhook the thorns of scorn and the tentacles of torment, because I'm the one that embedded in me. You are the one that embedded them in you. You can query that, or you can get hypnotherapy, or there's people who will help you go in there. But until that childhood feelings, emotions, and the way you've lived and how you taught yourself to live is viewed from a different point of view, but really it's viewed from an innocent inspiration, and allow yourself to expand out of the thinking mind into following your intuitive inspirations, allowing your body and your whole self to feel the energy of everything you desire to experience. And we do have past lives, because we do that in past life regression. We go back. But here it's about opening up to how do you believe things, but it turns out different. And how do you have the belief and everything and it lets you down? Beliefs are thieves, and they're still in your life. And I really opened up to that, because when I trust my listening abilities, I can expand through everything. And understand that I trust the universe. I trust all the hidden, the unfathomable, unexplainable, unseen sources in the universe. How does that make you feel? I trust or I believe. Which one gives you more power? And as I go through this and I understand my childhood, I was living my childhood up until the last, I'd say 2 weeks, because I really expanded into the feelings and emotions. Now I'm into the beliefs, the viewpoints, opinion, political affiliations even have part of this. How are you too ingrained in your belief system to expand more than you are? And that's something I really had to work on, because I'm going to admit to you people, I was hard-headed. I still am. But I really am open and willing to expand out of it now. Because the more hard-headed I am, and the more doubt and fear I experience. Because I wrote something today called, "My tears are my fears watering my garden of gusto," because that is something else. Tears are fears leaving your body. But how did we really encompass the meaningless ache because we taught ourselves we had to be perfect and what other people said? How is that still ingrained in here Because someplace in you, the unconscious, conscious, subconscious, has every word that was ever spoken to you recorded. And they really open up and really come reactionary when it's time, because it's the most egotistic memory is how we live our life. Because when them buttons are pushed on whatever's in there, it's the antagonist with this that comes out, and that's when the anger and the upset and everything else comes forward. That was the way it was for me. So now, today, and for the last 20 years, I've been looking into myself, and now I have liberated myself and moving forward in life, because I understand it's my beliefs, opinions, and it's how I ingrained it with my belief system, the emotions, the feelings, the rancor or the bliss, whichever one it was. But however, how we taught ourselves to live from the rancor of memory rather than the bliss of life. How is memory of the past nothing more than the memory of the now? And that's what the memories are. And that's where we really respond or react, is from the memories. But it's the feelings, emotions, the beliefs, the opinions. And really the big one is I'm perfect and the rest of the world is messed up. That is a big one to deal with. And I dealt through it, because I am the mess of me, but the mess of me is my majestic, enterprising, sassy, sexy, jazz dancing in the world to show my way, to show me a better way to experience life. We're trying to live life rather than experience the gusto of life. And I talked on my radio show last night, how are we afraid to enjoy life? The good, the bad, the indifferent. Because we just taught ourselves life's perfect, I'm perfect, I should have no challenges. Well, life is a challenge, but it's a canonized harmony, allowing life, loving, in enterprising new genius within ourselves to expand through life. And every challenge I've ever had, I've always lived through it. Sometimes in the middle of it, I was wondering, but something I admit I never did. I allowed my beliefs and I'm perfect and something's wrong with the world because I'm having a challenge. And that's where I really become ingrained in the anger and embedded more of the fear and the fearful feelings and the scared emotions in myself. And I was never willing to go in and open that latch and thatch the patches of scorn thorns that are within me. Once you go in and get rid of the scorn thorns and the tentacles of torment, how liberated will you feel? And I just said a word that is probably the most fearful word in the dictionary in personal growth, because you have two languages. You have your common everyday language, like you do this, you do that, but in personal growth, you have the first person, me, myself, and I. Because that's all that's the one you're really looking in the mirror at, and it's a mirror seer that will open that up for you. It's not the mirror seer, it's a mirror seer. It's a seer of me is where I'll expand in life. And so when I trust myself, how does my confidence and my aura and essence become a little bit energized, but yet people feel comfortable walking with me? And so how does my beliefs and opinions create some of the challenges in my life? And they have for me, and I'll admit this. The simplest way through life and all the ingrained stuff is just ruthlessly admitting it to yourself. I encompass it. I got a little simple thing. It's called address, bless, confess, and express. I address my inner stuff. I confess my inner stuff to me. I bless it for being part of my life. Then I can express it to the world. And your fears are actually how's your your fears your belief system? And how does your opinions come from fear-based and scared? How does your viewpoints follow your parents? And how do we stay in tradition and we stay the same without us even knowing it's occurring? And that is the thing. It's about going through the situation and putting yourself, really not even putting yourself there, but understanding it's there and being willing to admit it, hear it, and dissolve it. And I like the word dissolve over release because I get a visual and I get a feeling of release. I get a feeling of freedom to move my life forward. And that's what this is all about, is moving your life forward. And whatever occurred in your life has happened, but there's no use of taking it with you every day. That's what the antagonist mind does. It antagonizes me and leaves the rest of the world. Even though I think I'm doing something to the world, I'm actually doing it to myself. And that is something else. But how does your emotions and feelings and your beliefs and opinions and all that cause the inner rancor and inner anger within yourself, or I should say inner frustration, creating the stress, and then you become frustrated with the world and you become reactionary? I know who's guilty. I'm guilty of that one, but I really like expressing it because it really frees me to expand through life. And when you start expanding out of opinionated gunk, you start expanding of optimistical freedom. And that is something you can never latch on. You can't latch a memory to expand. Change, heal, create transformation, you can. But expand, energize, enterprise are free of memory. But yet they're liberating and they're open and they're expansive. You want to, and I felt the inspiration to be of expansionism. That's inside me. I see me free. And it really opens me out to be optimized and energized in life. And I want to thank you. And I'll be here Thursday night. I'm going to talk about my book, Dissolving Ancient Anger. And I am Robert A. Wilson. I'm with Cowboy Wisdom. My website is mycowboywisdom.com. My books are at amazon.com/author/Robert A. Wilson. And my email is robert@mycowboywisdom. And I will see you Thursday night at 7 p.m. And I wish everybody a very, very excellent week.